I was hit by a shared bike and traveled through time, not a luxury car, not a truck, but a shared bike unlocked by scanning a QR code. When I woke up again, I was lying in a hospital room comparable to a five-star hotel suite. Sitting by the bed were a middle-aged couple dressed in luxurious clothes, a cold-faced handsome man in a suit, and a young boy whose good looks couldn't be hidden even by a mask. Who are you? That's just absurd. I warily pulled my neck back. Could they be an organ trafficking ring? But they don't really look the part with those good looks. The beautiful middle-aged woman grabbed my hand, and tears instantly welled up in her eyes. Child, we are your biological parents, the stern middle-aged man said sorrowfully. 20 years ago, the hospital mixed up the babies. We've been searching for you for a long time. On the surface, I appeared obedient, but inside, my mind was flooded with bullet comments. Holy crap. The real heiress trope. Is a fake heiress going to show up next and cause trouble? I'm so familiar with this plot. The cold-faced handsome guy suddenly started coughing, as if he had choked on his own saliva. The handsome guy in the mask turned his head away, his shoulders shaking suspiciously. This is your eldest brother, Lucas, the current CEO of the Lin Group, Mom introduced. The eldest brother gave a cold nod. Wow, the standard domineering CEO. His looks are totally my type. But he seemed so fierce. Could he actually hit me? My eldest brother suddenly started coughing violently. This is your second brother Eric. He's a singer, Mom continued to introduce. I'm shocked. Second brother took off his mask, revealing an idol-level smile. Hello, little sister. Ah, it's Eric, a top-tier idol. I even have his photo in my phone. Wait, now I'm his biological sister. No way, that's too much. Second brother's expression suddenly became colorful. Mom wiped her tears. We know this is very sudden, but we hope you can give us a chance to make it up to you. I nodded obediently. Yes, I'm very happy to have found my family. I'm over the moon. The Lin family's assets must be at least tens of billions. Right, this is me directly reaching the peak of life. I can drink 10 cups of milk tea a day. Dad's expression suddenly became very subtle. I cautiously asked, may I ask, is there a fake daughter in the family? My eldest brother's mouth twitched. Why do you ask that? Isn't that how it always goes in novels? There must be a battle between the real and fake daughters, and I'm the woman holding the script. Second brother finally couldn't hold back his laughter and was glared at by first brother. Dad sighed. There is indeed a girl, the child who was mistakenly taken back then. Her name is Rose, and she is currently studying abroad. She will be back next week, as expected. The White Lotus supporting female character is about to make her entrance. I need to get my titanium alloy dog eyes and my bitch detecting radar ready. Mom suddenly stood up. Nancy must be tired. We'll come see you again tomorrow. The family hurriedly left. I faintly heard my second brother's roaring laughter outside the door, along with my eldest brother's scolding. I lay on the luxurious hospital bed, staring at the ceiling. Why is this family so strange? But whatever, from now on. I'm a wealthy heiress. Wait, am I some kind of tragic heroine? Following the usual tropes, I should be framed by the fake heiress, misunderstood by my family, and tormented by the male lead. There was a thud outside the door, as if someone had bumped into the wall. I shook my head, picked up my phone, and started searching for Lin Group assets. Forget the plot. Let's see how much money I can inherit first. Nancy, this is your room. Lincoln's mother pushed open the door. And I was almost blinded by the overwhelming sight of pink. Do you like it? Mom specifically designed it as a princess room. Lincoln's mother looked at me expectantly. I put on a well-behaved smile and said, I really like it. Thank you, Mom. Help. Is this aesthetic poisoned by the Barbie dream house? Pink lace curtains plus crystal chandelier plus Hello Kitty bedsheets. I'm 20, not 12. And with all this sparkle, can I actually fall asleep at night? A soft snort came from behind. Second brother Eric was biting his lip hard, his shoulders shaking as if he'd been electrocuted. Elder brother Lucas was studying the ceiling intently, as if Gödel's incompleteness theorems had suddenly appeared there. What's wrong? I blinked innocently. Second brother wiped away his tears of laughter. Nothing. I just think my little sister is too adorable. Father Lincoln cleared his throat lightly. Nancy, you should rest first. Dinner will be at 6, and Lucy will come to get you. After they left, I immediately threw myself onto that extravagant princess bed, pulled out my phone and frantically took a 9-square grid photo to post on my social media. What's it like to suddenly fulfill a childhood dream? Just after posting, I heard a knock at the door. Miss, the madam asked me to bring you some juice. A kind aunt came in carrying a tray. Oh no, I forgot to block my family. Is it too late to delete it now? Wait, why is it kiwi juice? I hate kiwis the most. If only it were a strawberry milkshake. Oops, I got the wrong one. Lucy suddenly slapped her forehead. This is for the gardener, old Wang. Your strawberry milkshake is downstairs. I'll go get it right away. What's going on with this family? How did they know I love strawberry milkshakes right after I arrived? Did they investigate me this thoroughly? While Lucy went downstairs, I decided to conduct an experiment. I stared at the wardrobe and thought to myself, I wish I had an oversized hoodie. I really can't get used to all these little Chanel-style suits in the closet. Half an hour later, Lucy returned with a strawberry milkshake, followed by two people dressed like store clerks carrying shopping bags. Miss, Madam said these are the new casual clothes she bought for you. Please see if they meet your liking. I opened the bag and found it was the latest hoodie from a certain trendy brand. In my favorite haze blue color. Damn. The accuracy is almost like mind reading, Lucy added. The master said the pool temperature has been adjusted. You can go for a swim anytime you want. Wait, I haven't even asked about the swimming pool yet. Could this family really hear my thoughts? I decided to go all out. During dinner, the whole family sat upright around the long table. As I cut my steak, I kept repeating in my mind, I want the new limited edition Hermes bag. I want the new limited edition Hermes bag. I want the new limited edition Hermes. Lincoln's mother suddenly put down her knife and fork and made a phone call. Half an hour later, the doorbell rang. Lincoln's mother took the orange box from the nanny's hand. Nancy, Mom has a gift for you. My hand trembled, and the fork clattered onto the plate. Holy shit. Can it really read minds? What kind of supernatural development is this? Dad, Lincoln asked with concern. What's wrong? Nancy, you look so pale. And nothing. It's just, I'm too surprised. I forced myself to stay calm as I unwrapped the box. Calm down, Nancy. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Try one last time. I want to eat hot pot. I want to eat hot pot. I want to eat. How about we have hot pot tomorrow? To celebrate our sister coming home, second brother suddenly suggested. Eldest brother nodded. Dong Lishun just hired a new chef from Chongqing. I was completely petrified. Confirmed. This family can definitely hear my thoughts. No wonder everyone had such strange expressions today. Now the question is, do they know they've been exposed? Should I call them out? Or should I play along? An eerie silence suddenly fell over the dining table. Second brother suddenly stood up. I'm full. I just remembered I have an appointment to get to. I'm going to the study. The eldest brother wiped his mouth and left. Lincoln's dad took out his phone. Hello, what? There's an emergency at the company. In the blink of an eye, only Lincoln's mom and I were left in the dining room, staring at each other. Nancy, Lincoln's mom hesitated to speak. Oh no, it's time to come clean. Should I take the initiative or play dumb? Miss Rose is back. The butler called out from the entrance. Lincoln's mother and I both breathed a sigh of relief. Mom, I missed you so much. A girl in a white dress fluttered in like a butterfly, coming to an abrupt halt the moment she saw me. This is Nancy, your sister. I turned my head. Lincoln's mother introduced. Nancy, this is Rose. A shadow flickered across Rose's face. Then she broke into an overly sweet smile. Hello, little sister. I finally get to meet you. She reached out to hug me, and I obediently stepped forward. Hello, sister. Pupils slightly contracted. Corners of the mouth stiff. I'd give this fake smile a 3 out of 10 at most. Her hands are so cold and sweaty, clearly nervous. Little Missy, oh, I smell Dior J'adore perfume, using the same scent as Mom to create a sense of intimacy. Not bad, quite the move. Mom. Lincoln suddenly started coughing. Rose pulled me to sit down. Where did you live before, little sister? Are your living habits very different from ours? Here it comes. Here it comes, the classic intimidation trifecta. Asking about background, emphasizing differences, and subtly implying I don't belong. I smiled sweetly. I adapt very well, and my family loves me so much. They just gave me a bag earlier. As I spoke, I waved the Hermes bag. Rose's I twitched. It looks really nice, but our family has many rules. You'll have to learn them slowly, little sister. Huh. So it begins. Watch how I'll play you to death. Yes, yes. I'll definitely learn well from you, sister. I tilted my head, pretending to be innocent. For example, my sister specifically touched up her makeup before coming in just now, right? The lipstick is a shade lighter than the one in the airport photo, so meticulous. Rose's expression froze. Didn't expect that, did you? I've thoroughly scoured your Instagram. In your most liked airport street photo, you were clearly wearing YSL No. 21, but now you're wearing No. 12. Trying to act natural and create a quiet and elegant persona. Lincoln's mother suddenly stood up. Rose must be tired after just getting back. Go rest first. Nancy, would you like to check out the home theater? I jumped up and winked at Rose before leaving. Good night, sister. Remember to remove your makeup. Round 1, KO. Lincoln's mom asked, what kind of movies does Nancy like to watch? Mom, I'm fine with watching anything. A horror movie, I thought to myself. This is a perfect chance to test whether they can really read minds. If they actually play a horror movie, I'll accept it. Lincoln's mom pressed the remote and started playing The Ring. Oh no, this is solid evidence now. The question has escalated to, do they know that I know they can read minds? The lights in the home theater dimmed, reflecting the scheming smiles on both my face and Lincoln's mother's. What I didn't know was that, at that moment, in the study on the 3rd floor, Lincoln's father and his 2 sons were gathered around the surveillance screen. Watching my every move in the home theater, I'm shocked. The eldest brother frowned. Dad, isn't this a bit perverted? Dad, Lincoln stared intently at the screen. Shut up, don't you want to know how Nancy is going to test us next? Second brother tossed a popcorn into his mouth. I bet $5,000 she'll suddenly shout, I know you can read minds during the end credits. On the surveillance screen, I was secretly searching on my phone, how to contemplate life without being mind-read. At 3 a.m., while I was squatting in the kitchen secretly eating ice cream, I ran into Eric, who had also come to grab a snack. Whoa, we both jumped back 3 steps in fright. Second brother, what are you doing up so late at night? I asked, clutching my racing heart. He shook the cola in his hand. Idols need to stretch their legs too. What about you? I can't sleep in a strange bed. I scooped a big spoonful of matcha ice cream and stuffed it into my mouth. By the way, what's up with the servants at home? This afternoon, I casually mentioned that I wanted to eat cherries, and 10 minutes later, they delivered 3 pounds. Then tonight, I muttered that the bathtub was too small, and when I went back to my room just now, I found it had been replaced with a jacuzzi. Eric blinked. Isn't that great? What the hell? This is clearly being monitored. Wait, if the whole family can really read minds, wouldn't they know what I'm thinking right now? Eric suddenly leaned in closer. Nancy, do you believe in telepathy? My hand trembled, and the ice cream plopped onto the ground. Holy crap. Is this a confrontation? No, I have to play dumb. I believe, I do. For example, right now I stared at the ice cream on the floor. Second brother should go get the mop. Eric smiled meaningfully. As you wish, Your Highness. As soon as he turned around, I immediately pulled out my phone and searched how to block mind reading. The results that popped up were all chapters from fantasy novels. Damn it, do I have to wear a tin-foil hat? When Eric came back, he handed me a new ice cream, then he lowered his voice and said, actually, I'm on your side. He ruffled my hair and said, it's nothing, I'm recording Idol Lab tomorrow. Do you want to come and have some fun? A variety show set. Does that mean I'll get to see a bunch of celebrities? Yes, yes, yes. I nodded like pounding garlic, suddenly alert. Wait. This isn't a prank special, is it? Eric grinned, showing his little fangs. Don't worry. At most we'll have you dance a girl group dance on an acupressure mat. An acupressure mat, piece of cake. I was the neighborhood jump rope champion back in the day. Wait, he couldn't possibly hear me, could he? Eric had already walked away humming a song, leaving me alone staring at the melted ice cream and questioning my life. The next morning at breakfast, Rose, accidentally, spilled my orange juice. Sorry, little sister, let me clean that up for you. She frantically wiped it up. Haha, this angle and force, definitely intentional. It's okay, sis, I showed a forgiving smile, while silently thinking to myself. Rose secretly used Mom's La Prairie cream this morning and even got a little bit on her sleeve. Lincoln's mother suddenly turned her head. Rose, did you touch the skincare products on my dressing table? Rose's hand trembled, and no, I didn't. Then what is this? Lincoln's mother lifted her sleeve, which had a bit of white cream smeared on it. Nice, but how did Mom find out? Could she really? Lincoln's dad suddenly coughed. We're having a family meeting today, and Nancy will be joining us. In the family meeting room, the projector was displaying the quarterly financial report, while pretending to listen attentively. I was studying my family's reactions. If I could really read minds, I'd be thinking something explosive right now. Lucas's underwear is Hello Kitty. My older brother suddenly choked on his coffee, his ears turning bright red as he glared at me. Haha, confirmed. Wait, does that mean they can all hear what I'm thinking? This is so embarrassing. Dad Lincoln tapped the whiteboard. Regarding the development of the East City plot, the Collins family suddenly raised their price. Does anyone have any suggestions? Everyone remained silent. Bored, I flipped through the documents and suddenly noticed a number. The floor area ratio for this plot can clearly reach 2:8. So why are they calculating it as 2:5? If we calculate it as 2:8, the premium margin would completely cover the Collins family's price increase. Dad Lincoln suddenly called out, Lucas, recalculate the scenario with a 2:8 floor area ratio. My older brother quickly tapped on the calculator, his eyes lighting up. It's definitely feasible. The entire family's gaze instantly turned toward me. Rose said with a fake smile, Nancy is so lucky, Dad just happens to value that piece of land. Luck my ass. This is skill, okay? I'm someone who's actually passed the real estate agent exam. Lincoln's father looked at me thoughtfully and said, starting tomorrow, Nancy will go to the company with Lucas to learn. Rose raised her voice. But she doesn't know anything. It's settled then. Dad Lincoln made the final decision. After the meeting, Eric dragged me off to film a variety show. Just then, the doorbell rang. In the car, I couldn't help but probe. Second brother. What if someone could read minds? He blinked. That would be really exciting. For example, right now someone is wondering whether second brother's abs are photoshopped. Holy shit, I almost jumped out of my seat. How? Eric laughed. Just kidding, look how scared you are. Scared me to death. Wait, if mind reading is real, then aren't all my current thoughts completely exposed? I decided to do one final test. I stared at the back of Eric's head and silently chanted, Eric is a big idiot. Eric is a big idiot. He suddenly turned around. Hey, why are you suddenly insulting me? And who is this? I slowly raised my phone. I was just sending a voice message to a friend. Eric narrowed his eyes. Is that so? Oh no, he really can hear. Is it too late to silence him now? The driver came to the rescue just in time. The recording set of Idol Lab was livelier than expected. After Eric went to do his makeup, I hid in a corner to study countermeasures for mind reading. Your teacher Lynn's younger sister, right? A production assistant handed me a script. There's an improv segment later, and we'll need your cooperation. I opened the script, and my pupils trembled in shock, making Eric's little sister jump on an acupressure mat while singing, Learn to Meow. What kind of torture is this? Can we change it? I asked weakly. The director said with a troubled expression, this segment was specified by the sponsor. Sponsor, wait, isn't this the mineral water brand under Lynn's group? I smiled and asked, excuse me, where is the sponsor representative? 5 minutes later, I stood in front of the brand director. Hello, Director Wilson, I'm Eric's sister, and I have a creative idea I'd like to discuss with you. Please, go ahead, Director Wilson said respectfully. I think learning to meow is too ordinary. How about having my second brother dance to Wild Wolf Disco on an acupressure mat while I throw Lego bricks under his feet? The audience can vote on how many bricks to throw. Guaranteed to trend. Since I can't avoid it. I'll drag second brother down with me. Director Wilson's eyes lit up. Brilliant. I'll go change the schedule right away. So when Eric was informed by the host about the change in the segment, his expression looked as if he had been struck by lightning. This, whose idea was this? He widened his eyes. The camera immediately cut to me. I waved obediently. Go, second brother. Ha. Didn't expect that, did you? This is what you call hoisting yourself with your own Lego. The final episode of the variety show set a new ratings record. Hashtag Eric Wild Wolf Disco Lego hashtag shot straight to the top of the trending charts. On the way home, Eric shot me a resentful glare. Nancy, you're ruthless. Right back at you. I was scrolling through social media with a grin when I suddenly came across a comment. Am I the only one who finds the real Lynn family heiress more likable than the fake one? Rose was putting on a cutesy act throughout the entire variety show last time. Before I could even like it, the comment was deleted. Interesting. During dinner, Rose accidentally knocked my hair clip off and stepped on it. She exclaimed, oh no, I'll buy you a new one, sis. I picked up the broken hair clip. It was the last birthday gift my adoptive mother gave me. I smiled and tightened my grip on the hairpin, listing 100 revenge plans in my mind. Plan 1. Mix fluorescent agent into her foundation. Plan 2. Sprinkle itching powder in her silk pajamas. Plan 3. Yes, Dad. Lincoln suddenly interrupted my revenge plan. Nancy, report to the company with Lucas at 9 tomorrow. Rose's face turned pale with anger. I smiled sweetly. Okay, Dad, just wait. Rose, this is only the beginning. Since the whole family can read minds, don't blame me for using cheats. This is your workstation. Lucas placed me in the glass cubicle outside the CEO's office, where I could see his office just by looking up, while floor-to-ceiling windows, an ergonomic chair, and a snack cabinet. Wait, why does this spot feel like a zoo viewing area? My older brother tapped on my desk. There's a project meeting at 9:30, you'll take the minutes. On the surface, I appeared obedient, but inside I was laughing hysterically. Isn't it just meeting minutes? I used to earn pocket money by writing meeting minutes for others back in the day. In the conference room, more than a dozen executives were arguing heatedly over the new product marketing plan. The younger demographic should be targeted with popular celebrities. The marketing director slammed the table. The PR director objected. Celebrities are too risky. If they have a scandal, the losses would be huge. It's better to hire Olympic champions as endorsers. I was taking notes while my mind wandered. They've been arguing for so long without getting to the point. This sports drink is all about electrolyte balance. They should be targeting high-stress individuals who work late nights and overtime for testing. Lucas suddenly called on me. Assistant, what's your take? All eyes in the room instantly turned toward me. My legs went weak. Oh crap, I'm just an innocent meeting minutes tool. For crying out loud, I think, I forced myself to stand up. And suddenly an idea struck me. We can target the programmer community for promotion. They often stay up late, have high stress levels, and need to replenish electrolytes. Plus, their communities have strong word-of-mouth influence. The meeting room was so quiet you could hear the sound of the air conditioning. Oh no, did I say something wrong? Go on. Lucas's eyes were burning with intensity. I took a deep breath and decided to just let loose. For example, we could launch a worst overtime night story contest on programmer forums, with the winner getting a year's supply of drinks. Then, we could package it as a marketing campaign, low cost, fast spread, and it directly targets our audience. Since we've already brought it up, why not share that variety show idea too? Have second brother write code during the live stream, and for every line he gets wrong, he has to drink a bottle. It would be absolutely hilarious. Lucas closed the folder. Execute according to Assistant Nancy's plan. The marketing department will provide the detailed plan today. After the meeting, as I was organizing my notes, the marketing director came over. Assistant Nancy, that proposal for the programmer forum was spot on. Did you do some research beforehand? Ahaha, I know a little, just a little. Research my foot. In my past life, I was a 996 office drone. In the afternoon break room, I overheard two female colleagues gossiping. Did you hear? That new cloud assistant is President Lin's younger sister. Is that true? What about Miss Rose? They say it was a mix-up at birth. Shoo, she's coming. I pretended not to hear and carried the coffee back. I turned a corner and bumped into a wall of a person, spilling all the coffee on their custom-made suit. I hurriedly pulled out a tissue and looked up to meet a handsome, unfamiliar face, with peach blossom eyes, thin lips, and an aura that screamed, I'm expensive. The man raised an eyebrow. Miss Nancy, I've heard so much about you. Who is this? He looks like a reincarnated fox spirit. The man handed over his business card. Collins Group. Kevin, nice to meet you. My internal alarm bells instantly went off. Collins, isn't that the rival company fighting the Lin family for the land? I forced a smile. Mr. Collins, I'm sorry for staining your clothes. I'll cover the cleaning costs. He smiled meaningfully and said, no need, we'll be family soon. What does that mean? Could it be that Rose and the Collins family? Lucas's voice suddenly cut in. Nancy, have you finished checking the data? My older brother pulled me behind him in one swift motion, and the moment he locked eyes with Kevin, the air seemed to freeze. Kevin chuckled lightly. President Lin, your sister is quite interesting. No need to trouble yourself. My older brother dragged me away with a cold expression, as soon as the office door closed. Lucas said seriously, stay away from Collins' family. What did he mean earlier when he said we'll soon be family? I couldn't help but ask. My brother's face darkened even more. Kevin is pursuing Rose. Wow, the fake heiress teaming up with the rival. Isn't this the classic business drama trope? I cautiously asked. Are you aware that Rose has been in contact with the Collins family recently? My brother rubbed his temples. We know, father doesn't approve, but she insists on maintaining the connection. Oh no, this is definitely an inside job. 3 days later, my proposal quadrupled the pre-sales of the new product. The company group chat was buzzing, calling me the Lin family's lucky star. As I was leaving work, my boss unexpectedly smiled and said, "Nancy, you'll accompany me to the Collins family's cocktail party tomorrow." A party? Does that mean I can witness Rose and Kevin's drama in person? I agreed immediately, then became alert. Wait. You're not going to make me wear one of those suffocating dresses, are you? My older brother turned his face away. The stylist has already prepared a loose-fitting one. How did Big Brother know I don't like tight clothes? You really can read minds, can't you? In the evening, Eric suddenly called me. "Little sister, the director of Idol Lab wants to invite you to be a regular guest." Eric laughed loudly. "You only appeared for 3 minutes in the last episode." And all the comments were asking who the sassy girl was. Netizens have crowned you, human truth. Did you know that? I was dumbfounded as I opened social media and discovered that I actually have a fan community. Hashtag Nancy my internet mouthpiece. Hashtag, what's going on? I just said a few honest words. The next day at the variety show recording site, the director warmly shook my hand. "Miss Nancy, today we're doing a celebrity item appraisal segment. You just need to be responsible for the roasts. Here." So when a certain actress took out the antique bracelet passed down from her grandmother, I blurted out, "Doesn't this bracelet have Chow Tai Fook 2018 engraved on the inside?" The actress immediately turned pale. The audience burst into laughter. The recording ended, and Eric ruffled my hair, saying, "Sis, you should switch careers and become an antique appraiser." Appraising antiques is nothing. I can even spot a fake. Wait, tonight's cocktail party. I rushed home to change into my evening gown. I found a modified cheongsam in the wardrobe, elegant and comfortable without squeezing my stomach. Mom is so thoughtful. Wait, could this be the result of mind reading? The banquet hall was filled with the clinking of glasses and lively chatter. Holding my elder brother's arm, I immediately spotted Rose and Kevin being intimately close. I whispered, "Brother, should we go and break up the lovebirds?" My older brother handed me a glass of juice. "Let's wait and see. And remember not to drink alcohol." Just as he finished speaking, Kevin approached us with a group of people. "Mr. Lin, I heard the plot ratio for the Eastern City plot has been adjusted. That's a brilliant move." "How does he know? This data hasn't been made public yet." The elder brother remained expressionless. "Mr. Collins is well informed." Kevin gave me a meaningful glance. "Thanks to a noble person's guidance." Holy crap, could it be that Rose leaked the information? I looked at Rose. She was pretending to admire her nails, but the smugness at the corner of her mouth was impossible to hide. "Excuse me," my older brother said, pulling me away. I grew anxious. "Brother, it must be Rose." My brother's expression darkened. "I know, but we have no evidence." "What evidence do I need?" "Just read her mind." Wait, could it be that mind reading only works on me? Just as I was thinking that, Kevin actually came over again. "Miss Nancy, would you like to dance?" "Not interested," my brother and I said in unison. "What a pity." He curled a meaningful smile and leaned in close to me. I was actually hoping to talk about mind reading. Holy crap, how does this guy? The music switched. And Eric appeared out of nowhere, pulling me into the dance floor. "Sis, help me out. See that female host in the red dress?" Second brother gritted his teeth while dancing. "She's my ex-girlfriend, and she insists on getting back together." Wow. Family drama instantly turns into a love defense battle. I immediately went into combat mode and accidentally stepped on the hem of her dress as the hostess approached. Oops. She stumbled, spilling red wine all over herself. "I'm sorry." I blinked my innocent big eyes. "I'm from the countryside. It's my first time wearing high heels." The hostess was trembling with anger but was pulled away by her agent who had just arrived. "Sis, you're my real sister." Eric was so moved he was almost in tears. "I am your real sister." "Okay, wait, where's Kevin?" Ahem, looking around, that seductress was having a private conversation with Rose in the corner, both of them looking very serious. On the way home, my older brother said, "Starting next week, you'll come with me to all business negotiations." Why, your intuition is spot on. if it weren't for you today, I wouldn't have known about the data breach. That's because you guys aren't good at observing micro-expressions. Okay, Rose's guilt was practically written all over her face. My older brother added, by the way, there's a family meeting tomorrow. Father wants to discuss your share allocation. I spat out a mouthful of water. What? My eldest brother said calmly, 5%, 2 points more than Rose. Wait, this is moving way too fast, isn't it? I've only been back for less than a month. That night, I tossed and turned, stocks, variety shows, corporate espionage. This high society life is just too thrilling. But how does Kevin know mind reading? Could it be? Lincoln's mother came in holding a cup of warm milk. Can't sleep. Have some milk. Thanks, Mom. I took the cup and suddenly froze. How did Mom know I have insomnia? I didn't make a sound. Lincoln's mother patted my head and said, a mother and daughter share the same heart. After she left, I stared blankly at the milk. If the whole family can really read minds, why don't they expose Rose? Could there be some limitation? The next morning at breakfast, Rose, accidentally, got jam on my dress. She pretended to apologize. Sorry, little sister. Let me wipe it for you. I blocked her hand. When is the wedding between you and Mr. Collins, sister? Rose's face turned pale. What nonsense are you talking? I feigned surprise. Isn't it? At last night's cocktail party, Mr. Collins said we're almost family. That was just his joke. Rose looked nervously at Lincoln's dad. Dad, I didn't. Let's eat. Lincoln's father said expressionlessly. As expected, Dad already knew about her little tricks. After dinner in the study, Lincoln's father handed me a document. Take a look. When I opened it, it was Rose's call records from the past 3 months. The most frequent contact was Kevin. Dad, Lincoln said sternly, Nancy, starting today, you are responsible for monitoring the interactions between Rose and the Collins family. Huh, you want me to be a spy? Lincoln's father said meaningfully, because only you see it most clearly. What? Then he changed the subject. By the way, you said on the variety show yesterday that someone's bracelet was fake. And the brand sent a lawyer's letter this morning. A flicker of amusement flashed in Lincoln's father's eyes. Don't worry, I had the legal department handle it. But Nancy, next time before you confront someone, it's best to count to 3 silently first. Can't blame me for my mouth being faster than my brain. Nancy, are you sure you want to give this as a gift? Lincoln's mom looked at the poorly wrapped box in my hand, the corner of her mouth twitching slightly. I patted the box and said, absolutely sure. I made this myself. Just kidding. I stayed up for 3 nights straight to learn how to make this. Although the final product looks like a dumpling wrapper that's been run over by a car. Lincoln's father's birthday banquet is approaching, and the whole family is worried about the gifts. Rose started showing off a limited edition pocket watch she had someone bring from Switzerland a week ago. I decided to take a more down-to-earth approach and make handmade longevity noodles. Lucy quietly reminded, the master has been having stomach issues lately, and the doctor advised him to eat less pasta. What? Why didn't you say so earlier? I've already kneaded 3 big basins of dough. Lincoln's mother comforted her, saying, it's okay, it's fine to make an exception once in a while. I looked at her suspiciously. You're not reading my mind again, are you? On the day of the banquet, the Lynn family villa was decorated with lanterns and streamers. I was hiding in the kitchen, making the final adjustments to my secret weapon, a smart noodle bowl that could sing, happy birthday, do you need any help? Lucas appeared behind me at some point. I frantically blocked the bowl. Bro, what are you doing here? Don't let him see the burnt character, longevity, at the bottom of the bowl. The eldest brother smiled slightly. Let's see what surprise our little lucky star has prepared. I said confidently, I guarantee Dad will be moved to tears. Yeah, right. If I bring this out, I'll probably die of social embarrassment, the elder brother said with a smile. If you need my cooperation, just give me a signal anytime. Huh? Why is Big Brother so warm today? Could he have been possessed? In the banquet hall, celebrities from all walks of life mingled and clinked glasses, holding a glass of champagne. I watched Rose flitting around the room like a social butterfly. She walked towards me. Little sister, I heard you prepared a handmade gift. Her gaze swept over the simple paper box in my hand, and she covered her mouth with a light laugh. How adorable. Laugh all you want, just wait until you can't laugh anymore. Lincoln's father waved from the stage. Nancy, come on up and let everyone meet our little lucky star. All eyes in the room turned to focus on us. We're here. I forced myself to go up on stage, nearly walking with the same arm and leg moving together. Dad, happy birthday. I handed over the paper box. This is the longevity noodles I made myself, and the bowl was also shaped by me. It may be a bit ugly, but it represents my heartfelt wishes. Oh no, it's getting awkward. Someone please break the silence. Lincoln's mother played along perfectly. Our Nancy spent 3 days making this and used up 5 bags of flour. Dad, Lincoln's eyes reddened. Dad really likes it. He opened the box right then and there, and the crooked bowl immediately started singing, Happy birthday. Social death always arrives, even if it's late. Ha ha ha. Second brother burst out laughing in the audience. Little sister, your bowl looks like a hippo that got its head stuck in a door. The guests joined in the laughter, and the atmosphere instantly lightened. Lincoln's dad actually started eating the bowl of noodles that looked so disastrous and kept saying how delicious they were. At that moment, Rose gracefully stepped onto the stage and opened a velvet box. Dad, this is the Patek Philippe 1953 reissue, a limited edition worldwide. Before she could finish speaking, Lincoln's father's expression changed. Who told you I like this? Rose froze in place. I saw you had collected the same series, Lincoln's father said in an unfriendly tone. That was 20 years ago. Now I hate this brand the most. Wow, landmine triggered. Why does Dad hate Patek Philippe? Could there be some wealthy family secret? For the rest of the banquet, Rose forced a smile the entire time. I leaned close to Lincoln's dad. Dad, is the noodle really tasty? He secretly stuck out his tongue. To be honest, it's so salty it's bitter. Then why did you finish it all? He rubbed my head. But the thought behind it is sweet, much more precious than the watch your sister bought. Just as we were speaking, Kevin walked over. Happy birthday, Chairman Lin. I instantly went on high alert. But Lincoln's father was unusually enthusiastic. Kevin, I actually have something to ask you. He pulled Kevin aside for a private conversation, leaving me completely bewildered. What's going on? Isn't Dad the one who hates the Collins family the most? My older brother appeared behind me at some point. Don't worry, Dad is setting up a plan. What kind of plan? Entrapment. My older brother handed me a glass of juice. Rose has been too well behaved lately. It's not normal. Wow, using Kevin to bait Rose. The older, the wiser. After the banquet, I saw Rose on the phone with someone in the back garden. The pocket watch matter is messed up. No, he doesn't know about our relationship. We need to move the plan forward. Just as I was about to approach, someone suddenly covered my mouth from behind and dragged me into the bushes. Shoo, don't make a sound. Second brother Eric's face looked especially serious in the shadows. We watched Rose slip out the back door and head towards a black car. The car window rolled down, revealing Kevin's face. The two exchanged a USB drive. I gasped softly. Holy crap. This is solid proof of corporate espionage. Let's go back and tell Big Brother. Second brother quietly pulled me back as we retreated. Second brother, why would Rose do this? She's also a daughter of the Lin family. Second brother sighed. Jealousy, I suppose. Ever since you returned, father has clearly favored you more. Is that all? How childish. Second brother ruffled my hair. Father will handle this matter. Don't worry. I slammed the evidence onto the coffee table with a smack. USB drives, bank statements, and surveillance screenshots were spread all over the table. Rose, are you going to turn yourself in? Or should I call 110 for you? Rose's face instantly turned pale, her fingers tightly twisting the hem of her skirt. What are you talking about? Keep pretending. Go on. I crossed my legs and tapped on the recording in my phone. Don't worry. I've already obtained the Lin Corporation's bidding documents for the second half of the year. Rose's voice came through clearly. Her expression instantly crumbled. You actually recorded me without my knowledge. You also secretly filmed me changing clothes, didn't you? Unfortunately, I've already had my brother's tech team permanently delete that video. Impossible. I clearly saved 3 backups, cloud storage, the external hard drive, and the USB drive Kevin gave you. I pulled something out of my pocket and waved it. Is this it? Rose stood up and tried to snatch it. I sidestepped. And she ended up grabbing nothing but air. Nancy, I hope you die a horrible death. No need. She screamed hysterically. Save it, Uncle Bob. Call the police. Soon, the police arrived. Miss Nancy, what would you like to report? Commercial espionage, infringement of trade secrets, and, I opened the notebook. Oh right, last year she embezzled $2 million from the company to buy Kevin a watch. Rose's legs gave way. And she collapsed to the floor. You, how could you? I looked down at her. Did you really think no one knew every time you sneaked into Dad's study to steal documents? When the police handcuffed her, Rose suddenly struggled like a madwoman. Dad, Mom, I know I was wrong. Please, I beg you, stop shouting. Mom, Dad, and both older brothers are watching from the surveillance room. Dad Lincoln led the others downstairs. Lincoln's mother had red eyes but never once looked at Rose. Take her away. Lincoln's father nodded to the police and turned to speak to me. Nancy, is all the evidence ready? I patted the document folder. This is enough to keep her locked up for 3 to 5 years. Rose was still screaming as she was dragged out. Nancy, just you wait. The Collins family won't let you get away with this. I chased after her to the door. Forgot to tell you. Your dear Kevin was sent to Africa to mine by the Collins family yesterday for embezzlement. Rose's expression was so dramatic it could have opened a dye shop. After closing the door, the whole family stared at me. I touched my face. What's wrong? Is my makeup smudged? Second brother gave a thumbs up. Sis, you were just so cool. Elder brother nodded. Handled it very cleanly. Okay. Lincoln's mother hugged me tightly. Nancy, you've suffered. I felt a bit embarrassed. Actually, I started collecting evidence a long time ago. I can see that. Lincoln's father smiled and ruffled my hair. We know. I widened my eyes. You all knew. Second brother rolled his eyes. Obviously, you're always scheming in your mind about how to catch her mistakes, like you're telling a story. Eldest brother suddenly coughed. The board meeting is about to start. There's a board meeting today. I groaned. Lincoln's father straightened his tie. Of course, we have to formally announce your appointment as vice president. I'm only 21, my eldest brother said calmly. Age isn't the issue, intelligence is. I was instantly offended. Big brother, what do you mean by that? The board meeting went more smoothly than expected. Father Lincoln announced, starting today, Nancy will be fully in charge of the East City project. After the meeting, I collapsed onto the sofa in the office. Dad, you set me up. I can't even understand financial statements. My eldest brother handed me a stack of documents. I'll teach you tonight. My second brother walked in. Didn't we agree to hold a celebration party for Nancy tonight? I opened the documents with a sigh. What celebration? It's clearly overtime work. My eldest brother suddenly said, Chairman Collins wants to meet with us. What does that old fox want? My elder brother sneered. He said he wants to apologize in person. But I suspect he's just trying to gauge our reaction. I narrowed my eyes. We'll go, of course we'll go. I want to see what tricks he can pull. In the evening, the whole family celebrated for me at the revolving restaurant. Mom gave me a diamond necklace, and my second brother gave me limited edition sneakers. My eldest brother gave me a full set of Introduction to Business Management. Dad Lincoln raised his glass. Welcome back, Nancy. I raised my juice and suddenly felt a bit choked up. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, everyone. Although you always trick me, I really love you all. Nancy, Lincoln's mother's eyes reddened. Second brother hugged me tightly. Second brother loves you too. Eldest brother cleared his throat lightly and silently put a lobster leg in my bowl. The next day, I stormed into the Collins group with my eldest brother and a team of lawyers. As soon as we met, Chairman Collins put on a show of deep regret. It's all my fault for failing to raise my son properly. I cut him off directly. Chairman Collins, the evidence of your son's instigation of a crime is clear. Do you want to settle this privately or publicly? The old fox's expression stiffened. What do you mean, Miss Nancy? I slid a document over, the priority development rights for the land in the west of the city. He abruptly stood up. Such big talk for someone so young. I smiled. You flatter me, by the way. That secret account of yours in the Cayman Islands has quite a substantial deposit, doesn't it? The old fox's face turned pale. An hour later, we walked out of the Collins building with the contract in hand. My eldest brother showed an approving expression. You did well just now. I proudly waved the contract. Let's go, celebrate with hot pot. 3 months later, the Rose case went to trial. I gave a dry laugh. She was sentenced to 4 years in prison. And the Collins family was ordered to pay the Lynn family $80 million in compensation. On the day of the verdict, the whole family went to the courtroom. As Rose was being taken away, she glared at me fiercely. Nancy, just you wait. I smiled and said, wait for what? For you to come out so I can send you back in. On the way home, my second brother excitedly planned how to spend the $80 million in compensation. My eldest brother was replying to emails, and my dad was on a phone call. My mother gently fixed my hair. As we passed by a milk tea shop, I shouted, "Stop at the milk tea shop ahead." Second brother pinched my cheek and said, "Drinking milk tea again, you've already gained 3 pounds this month." Second brother, "You're just jealous that I can drink milk tea whenever I want." I am not, I can drink it whenever I want too. I'm going to tell your agent. The whole family was laughing and playing around together. Bang! According to the court's ruling, the defendant Kevin is found guilty of commercial espionage, embezzlement, and money laundering. Considering the multiple offenses, he is sentenced to 7 years in prison. After leaving the courtroom, Kevin could no longer maintain his composure, and his handsome face finally broke. He roared at me, "Nancy Lynn, you'll die a horrible death." "I'm sorry." I flashed 8 teeth in a smile. "Kevin, the prison Wi-Fi password is 123456778, just as he was about to curse. The bailiff pressed his head down and shoved him into the prison van. Second brother laughed so hard he slapped his thigh. "Sis, you really know how to twist the knife." The eldest brother snorted coldly. 7 years. He got off easy. I linked arms with Lincoln's dad. "Dad, shall we go have hot pot to celebrate?" The eldest brother suddenly pressed my shoulder. "The reporters are here. Watch your image." A large group of reporters rushed over with their cameras and microphones. "Miss Nancy, as the whistleblower, do you have anything to say? Will the Lynn family continue to pursue legal action against the Collins family?" I flashed a standard rich girl smile. "Everyone is equal before the law, and we trust in the fair judgment of the judicial authorities." Ha ha ha, this is so satisfying. Serves him right for harassing me at the party and colluding with Rose. Enjoy your 7 years in prison. The eldest brother suddenly started coughing violently, while the second brother's face turned bright red from holding back laughter. After the press conference, our whole family headed straight to the hot pot restaurant. After a few rounds of drinks, the second brother mysteriously pulled out his phone. "I've got something great to show you." The screen showed Kevin's prison intake photo, orange prison uniform, a shaved head, and that eye-catching prisoner number on his chest. I spat out my cola. "This hairstyle suits him perfectly." Second brother swiped to the next photo, which was a prison labor list. "Our Kevin has been assigned to the sewing workshop." Ha ha ha, this time even the eldest brother couldn't hold back. I wiped away the tears from laughing. "No way, I have to send him a gift." A week later, Kevin received a package, a copy of Complete Guide to Sewing Techniques, several balls of pink yarn, and a photo of my second brother and me toasting at a hot pot restaurant. On the back of the photo, it said, "Keep it up." It said that he threw the package on the spot and was then punished with a week of cleaning the toilets. Mom shook her head helplessly. "Nancy, you're too mischievous." I chuckled. "That's nothing." I even subscribed him to the Legal Daily for the whole year. 3 months later, my second brother suddenly burst into my office. "Big news, Kevin got into a fight with someone in prison. I heard it was because someone made fun of the socks he sewed, saying they looked like salted fish." Second brother laughed so hard he slapped the table. What's even funnier is that his pants split open in the middle of the fight, and he was mortified on the spot. I almost laughed myself under the table. During the family dinner that evening, even stern Lincoln dad couldn't help but ask, did the Collins family not try to bail him out? The eldest brother sneered. "Chairman Collins can't even protect himself. All his overseas assets have been frozen." I suddenly remembered something. "Is Rose locked up in the women's prison next door?" The second brother winked and said, "That's right. I heard she writes appeal letters every day, claiming she was coerced." I dipped a piece of tripe into the hot pot. "Anyway, she has to serve the full 4 years." As they were speaking, the legal news began to air on TV. Today, a certain inmate surnamed Collins was sentenced to an additional 3 months in prison for hiding scissors in the workshop. Everyone at the table stopped eating at the same time. "Could it be?" Second brother widened his eyes. I pointed at that blurry profile. "It's him, definitely Kevin." My eldest brother calmly took a sip of soup. 7 years and 3 months now. Serves him right. My second brother and I said in unison. The next day, I specifically asked my assistant to buy a newspaper. Next to the news about Kevin's extended sentence, I photoshopped a picture of him wearing a pink apron and posted it on my Moments. "Congratulations to Kevin on his extended sentence." Heart, heart, caption. Some people may seem like domineering CEOs on the surface, but deep down, they're actually little sewing princesses. My Moments instantly blew up. Sure. The most upvoted comment came from the eldest brother. Already forwarded to the Publicity and Education Department of the Prison Administration Bureau. The eldest brother is still the boss. 1 year later, at the prison's Spring Festival Gala, a certain comedy sketch suddenly went viral on social media. Sis, check social media. My second brother frantically knocked on my door in the middle of the night. I groggily opened the video and instantly laughed myself awake. Kevin, dressed in women's clothing, was performing the sewing machine dance. The comments were flooded with, "Ha ha ha ha," and, "Isn't this Colin's young master, who arranged this?" I laughed like a goose. Me, second brother puffed out his chest proudly. Why is that? I donated 1 million specifically for prison culture. I held his hand, deeply moved. Second brother, you're truly my voice on the internet. The next day, the video's view count surpassed 100 million. The Collins family's stock hit the lower limit directly, at breakfast. Lincoln's father said sternly, "You all need to know when to stop." I got it. Then I immediately donated 300 copies of the Criminal Law to the prison library. Another 6 months passed, and I suddenly received a strange email. "Lynn Nancy, you'll regret this." I raised an eyebrow. "Oh, Kevin can still get online." I immediately reported it to the Cyberspace Administration. That afternoon, I received a reply. The account in question has been suspended for unauthorized use of prison computers, and the individuals involved have had their sentences extended, 7 years and 6 months now. Humming a tune, I printed out the reply email. I framed it and mailed it to Kevin. It said that after receiving it, he was so angry that he went on a hunger strike for 3 days. Then, due to low blood sugar, he fainted on the sewing machine and completely messed up the cuffs he was sewing. Second brother commented while cracking sunflower seeds, "Serves him right. This is what they call, the wicked are punished by the wicked." I narrowed my eyes. No, I meant the wicked are punished by heaven, heaven's punishment. Later, whenever someone asked me about the secrets of business competition, I would say with deep meaning, "Remember, the best way to deal with an enemy is to give them a pair of silver handcuffs and subscribe them to the Legal Daily for a full year." As for Kevin, who's currently operating a sewing machine in a certain prison, I hope he likes the latest gift I sent him, a pink Hello Kitty sewing tool set. After all, 7.5 years. You have to develop some hobbies, right? My heart skipped a beat. Knock, knock, knock. A knock sounded at the door. "No need, this." "Why me?" I nodded obediently. The entire room fell silent. "Likewise," I sneered. I interrupted her. "What?" I almost jumped up. Why is that?" I nodded obediently. After hearing the story above, what are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Looking forward to hearing from you. If you liked this story, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.